Well. Good morning, good morning. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. My name is Phantasiis. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday and that you're inspired and you're looking forward for the weekend. Um, I wanted to share one of my latest beats here. Before I do that, I want to make sure I'm actually running and then my audio is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a second to check my stream. And after that, we're going to start making a dark boom bap beat. We're gonna make loops today, just some ideas, just to frame this stream. I'm gonna show you also an update on my website, and yeah, let's take it from there. So it seems that the stream is running, so that's good. Super good, very nice. So with that, I'm just going to open my comment section so I can keep up with it. But I'm gonna mute this. We're going to, I'm hoping I'm getting audio here. Start making a dark boom bap beat. We're gonna make loops today, just some idea. All right, perfect. So I am having audio, so that's good. I can hear my voice just fine. I remember one of my past streams, I was having like no audio for more than an hour, and I just didn't pick up on it, and that was intense. That was so intense to know that. So let me just expand the chat here. I want to see the live chat. If you have any questions as far as my production, feel free to let me know. If for some reason the audio is not hitting or is not there, just kindly let me know. So with that, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to see if I can monitor my chat here. I'm gonna close this window for now. And while I'm figuring the chat now, I'm going to play you one of my beats. I hope you like it. I uploaded it today to my beat store. It's titled I Also Knew. It's a very dark ambient boom bap hip hop beat. Obviously I created it here with Maschine, and I arranged it, mixed it, and mastered it in Logic Pro. And with that, here's a preview. Let me show it to you. Like here where we get our creative juices before we start making some music.
Close your eyes, it's Phantasiis on the beat.
Let's get it. That's the bridge part. It's very heavy. It's very slow, down tempo, if you will. It's heavy. I like that. It's urgent. It builds up. I just vibe with it, you know. And the thing that I imagined when I was hearing this was somebody whispering to someone, you know, like in a dark scene, like of a movie, saying, "You know what? I also knew." You know, kind of like someone that knows something very dark and sinister or mysterious from you. So again, this is my latest release. It's on my beat store, Phantasiis.productions or Phantasiis.com. I have hundreds of beats. Well, more than 100, not hundreds just yet. This one is 4 minutes long. It's at 68 BPM, hence how long it is. And it's in the key of E minor. So, with that, I also wanted to show you my revamped website. It's meant for mobile view, like on cell phone, but I'm very happy with the outcome right now. Like, I added all these buttons and, you know, their links. And also, if you didn't know, I have two freebies going on available for download for free in my website, and you can only find it on my website. So, what's going on here? It's that I have two resources. One is for how to fix your Instagram bio. The second one is how to optimize every type video uploaded. So the first one, it's mostly for artists that are new. They're starting to upload their beats on YouTube. Personally, I stopped uploading my type beats on YouTube for reasons that I will explain maybe at a later stream. Um, However, if you're early in the game, I hope that these particular resources help you. And the second one is how to fix your bio in 5 minutes. And this is mostly a framework that I use on how to write my Instagram bios in 3 sentences or less. And it just walks you through it. And at the end, you can do an A/B test if you're interested in that. So, with that, this is how my website looks. I'm very happy with it. Simple, you know, just like one vertical line, my Instagram feed, my resources that is gonna keep I'm gonna keep adding to it. I'm gonna add some Logic Pro templates for boom bap, trap, and basically how I arrange my beats. And my goal is to help you make better music faster and sound better. So yeah, I also wanted to highlight, if you're watching this for the first time, that you can join my newsletter either through my Instagram or here. In essence, just to keep up with me, and in exchange, you'll get 5 free beats that are untagged and, you know, free to use. No strings attached. All I ask is that you add me as a collaborator, meaning adding me as a feature artist or producer in this case. So yeah, all it requires is your first name, last name, and an email, and you can preview here. In essence, is my blog. My blog posts get curated here, and you'll get an email every time I post something new. Occasionally, I will do discounts for my Beat Store and all of that. Now that we've been doing this for a minute or two, we're going to close my browser, and I also want to invite you to my Bandcamp too. Um, you know, you can download some of my tracks for free or a pay as you want model for personal use. I do have one EP for about $8 or $7. It has some bonus tracks there. So feel free to check that out. It's fantasies.bandcamp.com. So with that, let's turn on Machina and take it from there. So first things first, I'm using Maschine 3 and I'm using Maschine Plus as a controller. Sometimes I use it as my DAWless drum machine and production station, or production and performance system as it says here in the Maschine itself. If you notice on my last video or my most recent video, I'm using the Maschine Micro. I had it somewhere on the back. That one, I bought it secondhand, and yeah, I started to notice that some of the drum pads, at least drum pad 7, 12, and 15, were not working properly, meaning that it was showing extra notes. It was showing, or sometimes I just have to push really hard and it wasn't happening. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, I can repair this soon because it's frustrating, you know. But it's also what you pay for. You know, it was at a pretty good deal. So, you know, sometimes it happens. You purchase used instruments and you get faulty products. But, you know, luckily I do have my trusty Maschine Plus, which I also got gently used on Reverb. Very happy with the purchase. Um, I still have the OG Machine 3 MK3 version. And you know that one's in storage for now. I think one machine will do for now. Also, I'm having some morning coffee, so cheers to you. We're caffeinated and motivated on this channel. So with that, let's start creating some boom bap. You know, I really love that genre because you can make it sound however you want. I think there's some guidelines, but definitely they're just as a guideline. They're not necessarily um, that you must follow certain sounds or you know. I think rules are meant to be broken and adaptation on sound, being willing to be flexible. That's the thing. So now I'm gonna start. First, I really been wanted to use right, so I can see right now. Serum 2. I recently upgraded from Serum 1. So I'm happy that I was able to make the jump. If you can see here, it looks pretty slick. I think it looks slightly more mate. I think I'm pronouncing it right. But you know, I like how it looks. I'm just a very basic user. I just do patches on it, pre-made patches, and I haven't made my own just yet. But you know, I mess with it sometimes, and it's fun. So right now I'm gonna bring something from Splice. I have a bunch of patches here, and we'll take it from there. I'm gonna bring. Let's see what they have here. I've been vibing with this library. It's called Doomer Tapes. It has really, really good patches, in my opinion. Also, I'm very excited to try um, Omnisphere at some in the future. I have the OG Omnisphere. I don't have the newest one yet, but if you saw the video, holy moly, that was so good, so good. So yeah, I'm gonna try and just use my monitor so I can hear more the space But if I start noticing that the sound is bleeding to my microphone, I will switch to my headsets. So yeah, let's select here 5-tone scale, and let's do Hirajoshi scale, and I'm gonna do just fifths for now, fifths intervals. I'm gonna be in the key of D. So let's go 2 semitones. Well, actually, 2 semitones up, and let's go to on the C2 area, so around here in the piano. So now let's start making some ideas here. If I can actually listen to them. Let's change the output here to my interface, which I'm rocking the Arturia Mini Fuse 2. Very, very good. So we'll see how it sounds. Okay, it should be picking up audio. Yeah. All right. So hopefully it's not bleeding through my mic. That's the thing I want to make sure, so it's more enjoyable for everyone. Yeah, it's not bleeding as much. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer here. And oops, and we're gonna get started. And if you're watching right now, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions as far as production or my music or how to do things or my thought process. I welcome you. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get some ideas and let's make some beats. Let's see. Let's change the note here. I think I can go maybe to D1. It's too low. I'm gonna leave room for the bass. I'm gonna change the patch. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Sounds very post rock or post punk, if you will. And let's do looking for something more dark. Let's do let's figure out something here. I'm gonna go to modes. I'm gonna do Phrygian mode, one of my favorite mode. And let's get started here. Okay. We'll get there when we'll get there. We're just exploring sounds for now. Okay, I like that. Let's see if using thirds will make it sound different. I think I'll stick to the fifths and then just figure out some tempo. Alright, let's do this tempo for now. I think I'm kind of off tempo here. Let's see. Let's add some effects here. It already has distortion. I do believe it has too much delay, so I'm gonna increase that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that as is. Maybe add a little more. Okay, so we have guitar chords here. Now we're gonna add a piano. And if you're familiar with this channel, we know that in this channel we love Repeat Piano 2 by ESL. So let's get that playing going. Honestly, cannot recommend this enough. I just love it. You know, it's simple, it works. Not all the patches are very useful per se, in my opinion. It depends what you're doing though, always, but you know, let's see. I normally start just with the first patch, and then if I need something else, I change it. Okay, so now let's go to keyboard, and we're gonna do an octave higher, and see if we can come up with some sort of top line. I'm gonna use fixed velocity because I want the volume to be consistent for this. So. I'm gonna turn off the metronome for a little bit. Okay, something simple. Let's see. Too fast, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can. I want a more simple melody. kind of hard for me to do this. Let's start with this. Figuring it out. Okay. Let's see if we try a preview. Let's go up and down. Let's do a sequence. And let's do 2 octaves. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, I didn't realize I was recording, but okay, perfect. Let's make sure that we have our metronome and let's start recording. Feeling it. We're feeling it. How are you doing? How's it going? If you have any questions, feel free to ask around. Okay. So now we have our guitar chords using Serum 2 and our piano from Creepy Piano 2 BST by ESL. So I'm gonna do piano melody. Let's save this project and let's name it. Well, we won't save it for now. We're gonna risk it until we get a motif going on. Okay, now let's bring the bass. Excuse me. Let's bring instruments. Let's bring it's called Monarch, and it's one of the that comes with Native Instruments Maschine. Just trying to find it here. Here we go. Now let's find a patch that works for us. Let's do bass. Let's do upright maybe for this. Let's see what we have on upright. Let's do synth. This coffee was very strange. Yeah, let's do this for now. So now let's go to octaves and ooh. Let's see. Oh, it's heavy. Let's try an octave higher. Too high. Let's try. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's get the main idea. let's fix this and let's delete this. No, I'm not too content with the baseline, but it's a start. We can always change. Oh, that will be the theme for this, the title for this unavoidable. Let's put unavoidable on unavoidable. I think it's great to like that. Unavoidable. If not, we'll change it. It's okay. Cool. So now we have this. Okay. Now I'm noticing that I'm actually clipping here, so I'm gonna add a limiter on my master bus. Just out of safety, and let's do just a little bit here, just to get me. So as long as I'm not going super high, I apologize for that. I literally just pick up on it. All right, carry on. You see me looking to my right is because I'm trying to monitor this stream and looking for any overpriced loading messages. All right, so we have our bass, this and this. Let's name this. Well, that's a core idea. Let's name this music. Let's see. For the part B, a flute or something windy. Let's see what we have here. Let's find instrument here. Let's try flute for now, and let's do can barely see my screen from this distance. Let's do 30. Let's see what we have here, and let's see what fits. This one is not too bad. Let's try that one. All right, let's see if it fits with our idea. Yes, it fits. I love it. Let's go. Some ideas going. get one. Oops, lost the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oops. Do some hi-hats, and we're gonna do the 16 velocities so we have more dynamics here. So the 1 is the lowest, you can barely hear it, or actually it's picking up on 4, and then 16 is the highest. So let's go. Curious, we're using the Payday kit from Street Swarm from Native Instruments. I'm gonna mute the music and let's focus on the drums. This is a tip for adding color to your drums. If you wanted to make it sound not too stock or too stale, you can always add a cabinet. It comes built in, included with Maschine. You will just add it as an effect. In this case, this patch already has it. So you have different cabinets or amplifiers. Well, cabinets that are using amplifiers. So you have an American, which I'm assuming is a Fender, a British, which I'm assuming is an orange amplifier or a box. And these are the size of the speakers. And this is a vintage amplifier and a mod. So then you select the microphone, how it's going to pick up that signal from that cabinet based on the sound you put through it. And keep in mind that amps and cabinets are not exclusive for guitars or basses. You can put any source. It could be voice, it could be drums, it could be any sound. So for me, I try to use this as much as I can just to make my drums sound more different in essence. So I'm gonna show you first with no mix. So pay attention to the drums. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring it to 100 just to prove a point. Right? It sounds more greedy. Sounds like it's farther. Maybe the mids are different too. Okay, so that's one example. Let's suppose that we do vintage now. It sounds more low. On the low ends, it has more low. It's more beef. And now let's suppose we change the microphone to condenser, more dynamic. You see how it changed on the kick, the attack on the kick. So just experiment and follow what feels right for you. So there you have it, just a little tip there. So I'm actually gonna keep the American, or let's say maybe the British actually, and I'm gonna decrease the distance of the mic. Let's see how that sounds. I'm gonna keep it at 50, but decrease the mix. All right, about there for now. Okay. You can also add delays to your drums, nothing wrong with that. It's all part of the creative process. You can add chorus, phaser, flanger. There's not really nothing that is stopping you. So let's add a little bit of delay. Let's see how it sounds. Let's do 35. And I think I'm gonna add the beat delay here. I'm gonna increase the mix. You see how it sounds nice? Well, more creative at least. Not necessarily better. But it can almost help you to create some ghost notes. You'll notice it more on the hi-hats. There you go. Just make it sound different. Okay, so we have our loop here already done. So let's bring the music again for context. As you make more music and beats, you kind of imagine and almost hear how it will sound with effects. You know, in this case, the flute, I can see that it needs more of a decay, more like a. So maybe adding some reverb to it could help. So I'm gonna add just that. I'm gonna do the Native Instruments Realm. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Realm. Let's open it and let's see what we have here. Let's do small space. Let's do white voice. Oh, warm. Let's try that first. So this is just the loop idea. We haven't done any major changes, anything beyond that. We can do it here with Maschine, or we can do it in Logic, or whichever DAW you prefer. I'm gonna do something cute. Let's bring it into this one. I'm gonna use that filter Pro Q3. Let's start from here. process or why I'm doing things or how you want to do something in specific, feel free to ask. I'm here to help the idea that it has a built-in speaker, that's really cool. And the touchscreen, it's amazing, but I'm just happy with this, like it works for me. Do hope that the Machine Plus have had a battery and there's ways around it, but I normally don't go to the park to make beats, so it's it's okay for now. But yeah, I do admire people that make everything on MPC. That requires a different kind of patience that I haven't put my time to do. So, all right, let's do another filter with my headsets. I have a few ones here. I have the Bear Dynamic 900 Pro X that I got after I saw them in NAMM, and also the 700 Pro X, I think, for recording. Very happy with them. I don't plan to upgrade anytime soon. But right now I'm using my monitors. They're not the best. They're very small. They're the PreSonus something, but they're about the 3-inch or 5-inch version. So, but we'll get an idea going. So now let's add a sliding cue have a lot of sub going on the pick, which might work because our bass, it's around here. So another beat idea. I kind of want to arrange it already, but let's create another idea and we're just gonna produce for some more time and maybe arrange one. Who knows? So far, so good. So this is the idea again. So let's create a new one. We'll save this for later and arrange it maybe in a future stream or video. So we're gonna create a new one. And this time around, I won't use Serum. I'm gonna see what we have here. I'm gonna check our sounds. Let's see. It's gonna take me longer because the sounds aren't going to be as processed. But nothing wrong with that. Let's start with this. No. This is definitely not what I'm looking for. Let's see. That might be it. Let's try that one. I don't know if it's gonna sound good on its own. For some reason it's not giving me sound. Why? Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's do in the key of C sharp. And let's do a Japanese scale. Okay. Oh, it almost sounds trap in a way. Let's see if we can make it more boom bap than trap. Let's see. Dun, 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 around about there. And let's see, we're gonna do this. We're gonna start the arpeggiator. We're gonna play an arpeggiated melody based on this sound. And then we're gonna slow it down with halftime maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. Let's try sequence 1. Maybe 1 octave. Maybe this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. So many options. Let's do the melody. Sometimes, most of the times I start with the chords as a foundation, but now I do feel the melody is gonna be first. Oof, already. Something like that. Oops. Oops. All right. Too high. Okay, I think that's gonna be the main. Ooh, okay, I like that. Let's see. Let's make it shorter and let's see how it sounds. I shouldn't quantize it, maybe. I'm getting close to it here. Okay. Alright, let's add some chords. Let's look for a piano. Oh, maybe strings. Let's see what we have here. It doesn't have a lot of decay, but we'll see. Ooh, this is good, man. Yes. I'm getting too excited. Oh, okay, something like that. I'm getting close, but not quite. Maybe decisions. Kinda wanna go faster. Let's oops. 2, 3, 4. This sounds so creepy, in a cute way, almost funny, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Let's turn this down. Maybe it needs less. Let's maybe it needs less stuff. Let's do this. I'm gonna do octaves instead of fifths. Hmm. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm feeling experimental, so let's see where we head it, you know? I think I know what it means. Let's see. I like that idea. Let's just add some stuff. As I mentioned, this is gonna take us longer than the first idea that we did earlier. However, I hope that it turns out better. Ooh, hopefully my software doesn't crash. Okay. Alright. So now let's add a piano. Which one do I have here? That is not 0. So let me think for a second. Dun, 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 dun. Let's use Massive X. It has so much stuff. Like it's unbelievable. I reach a point that I don't need to buy more plugins. Honestly, this is just for the sport. Let's say browse. So many sounds, so little time. Piano. Let's see. Piano character. Let's do analog. Ooh. Sounds good. Maybe too airy, won't say. Maybe we'll say. Let's try the first one. Oops, I think I lost it. It wasn't here. I forgot the name. I know I started with the name. Here you go. Let's see. Let's do keyboard. shouldn't be recording right now. Just jamming. Oh wow! So actually, I'm gonna keep this. It sounds really good. Wow, so many options. Kind of want to do too much of it. Ooh, it has glide. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use glide. Man, so good. Oh man, no. Gee, that's crazy. Wow, I could stop smiling. That's too good. Oh, so good. Let's see what we do if we reverse it. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes as producers, beat makers, artists, you find that sound or effect or something by accident and it just happens, man. And think of it as a blessing and just go with it, you know? I don't know if this is boom bap at this point. Maybe the drums will make it boom bap. I'm just going with the flow at this point. It's so good. You know, it's open for interpretation, but it sounds so cool. You know, Massive X, man. That's where it's at. So now, let's keep adding the Replica XT. It's such a good play. So nice. Look at this beautiful harmony here. I still need to tame it a little bit, so I'm gonna cut a little bit. Ooh. It's unfortunate, but it's so interesting at the same time. Let's see. Okay. Just getting our levels right. Let's see what we get here with. Now let's add bass. Actually, for this one, I feel like a punk by bass, so I'm not gonna use the machine one. I know which layer I want to use. It's gonna be from Waves. And let's find it first. It's gonna be Bass Fingers. I think this is by. No, this is not it. Is it? Well, let's try. Yeah, I think that's the one by Waves. If not, we'll figure it out. Browse. Distort. I want to use a distorted or 30 bass. So let's try distorted first. Sorry. I apologize for the loudness. But it had to happen. That's the thing. It had to happen. Again, if you have any questions on how I'm doing this, feel free to ask. Or if you want to say hi or what's up, hi and what's up to you. All right. Oof, 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 oof. Wow. Gonna bring my actual bass from here. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, we'll see. Don't know what I want to do. Maybe not maybe like this. Coffee break. We'll see how it pans out. The triplet. This sounds more cinematic than anything. It's cool. I like it. I'm vibing with it. It's begging for trap drums, but we'll stick to boom bap. how an industrial drums will sound on this. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Kind of want to do it. The thing is this one. This is a library. Definitely not. Sounds cool, but not for this. That might work. Alright, let's start first the hardcore one. This actually is not too bad, so this is really good actually. Look, listen to this kick, man. I think it's bleeding to my mic. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yes, it is. Okay, I'm gonna lower the volume for this because holy moly. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna put my headphones because I do notice the sound actually bleeds more than I intended. So let's see. Oh yeah, this is deep. Maybe it's too much sub. I'm gonna let's try this one. Oh yes. As soon as I heard that layered kick, holy moly. Okay. Like that initial one. One more. Sounds so urgent. This is something, man. This is something. we might create two patterns. Let's actually duplicate it for future use. No. I do want to use a crash here, so we have a pad here. Oh, pad 13. So I'm gonna let's see what we can do. I don't know, but I would want to use this. Wow, wow, wow. No. Get out of here. Ooh, sounds so good right now. Like for me at least. Tone for days. Ay. Wow. Let's add a limiter because I noticed that we've been clipping. Oh, so sorry about that. Wow. Let's not do that again. Just want to make sure I'm not clipping too hard. There you go. Thank goodness nobody's watching us right now, so that's good for now. I'm happy with these two beats, man. This is. I actually want to arrange them right now. Um, it's just a 4-bar loop, nothing major, but I like it. I like it. I'm vibing with it. I'm gonna leave the loop in the background. We're at that point where it's a good time to stop for now for the stream. I'm gonna stay on for a couple minutes. So if you have any questions, by all means let me know. We completed two loop ideas. This is the second one. It's called Alarm. We did all the sounds from scratch. On the first loop, we did use Serum with the pre-made patch. But in here, we did 4 different sounds. So one from this sample, one shot, and I created a melody. This distorted, detuned violin, a patch from Massive X, and a bass from Waves plugins, the punk one. For the drums, we're using the Crackles hit by Native Instruments. It's from the Calixian Sky. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right. And we have 2 patterns. I'm gonna increase the master. Hopefully, my voice cuts through. So we have 2 patterns. Just to recap. So this is the main one. I'm gonna increase the volume. There you go. So it sounds dramatic, it sounds urgent, it sounds, very cinematic, like for a scene closer or something. So now I want to invite you, if you're watching this, to check me out on my website. I have 2 websites. This is my main website, Phantasiis.com. I just revamped it. I hope you like it. It's mostly tailored for mobile, but you can access it, Phantasiis.com. It has all these pages. You can join my newsletter, check out my blog, my Bandcamp. However, I want to invite you to download these 2 freebies that I have. The first one is how to optimize every type beat video you upload. I don't necessarily upload my videos as type beats anymore on YouTube, but I do like to create videos on YouTube about my music. So this is a checklist that I created in Canva, so I hope you like it. It's titled Rank, Click, Repeat. So, you can just go to my website and it's free. And it has some best practices, if you will, on how to upload videos, which I think are helpful. And I also have this method to write your Instagram bios as an artist or creative or streamer or content creator. This is the title for now. Fix your IG bio in 5 minutes. Basically, it's a framework that I use to write a strong bio. especially if you don't know exactly what to write about. If you're a producer, this is gonna be helpful. It's free, and feel free to download it. So yeah, with that, I hope you had a great time here. I want to say thank you for being here and watching. Um, if you're interested in checking out my music, here's my beat store, or you can find it on Phantasiis Productions as well. Have oops, of course, Phantasiis Production. There you go. I have my beat store here, and affordable license. The MP3 starts at $25, and it goes higher depending on how much you want. And I have bulk discounts. So yeah, here's my pricing model for now. I tend to change it every so often, but in essence, my MP3s are $25, waves 50, unlimited stems 100, and for exclusives, just make an offer. I also provide mixing services. Um, Feel free to reach out through my contact form here. And yeah, so thank you for listening for that. Uh, let's continue with the stream. Actually, we do have time. I'm gonna arrange and hopefully mix one of the two tracks. Let's see if I have enough ear. uh, let's open this one. We did Unavoidable. That's how we titled it. Let's listen to the two and see which one makes more sense to mix. I know in the first loop we did some pre-mixing, just we cut some frequencies using Fab Filter Pro Q3. So let's check how it sounds. I forgot how it sounded, so let's see. Right from the get-go, I feel that drums could be more defined or use more saturation. I'm not gonna do it here, but I do gonna remove maybe this less of the cabinet. Let's see. Let's do half of what we have because I do feel it's a bit too behind. And I'm gonna change the cabinet. I like this one better. Okay. So yeah, I still want to saturate them or distort them even, but I'm not gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it on Logic. So now I'm gonna show you how I arrange my beats using Logic Pro. It's gonna take a minute, but bear with me. Let's do the setup. I have a template that I've been working on for some time. I've been using it for most of my beats lately. I want to keep refining it. I wanted to use as much stock plugins as possible. Uh, it's this one. I have a few ones, but this one's I made. I have this boom bap one, which is the one we're gonna use, and also I have a melodic trap one. So let's do the boom bap and let's open it, and we're gonna change the tempo to 78, and we're gonna export the audio. There's more than one way to do this in Maschine. You can just export everything in one shot, but since we have only 3 sounds for the drums and 3 more sounds here, I'm just gonna bounce one by one, click, drag, and drop from Maschine to my DAW, in this case Logic. So I'm gonna put this one on the side and this one here. Oops. There you go. So, well, first I'm gonna walk you through my template, and it's gonna change, but so far it's been working for me. In essence, here's my arrangement. First things first. Um, I have a 4-bar intro, 16-bar verse, 8-bar hook, verse, hook, a bridge, and an outro. Sometimes I switch around, but this is my default um, arrangement. Then on the mixer, if you notice here, I have 4 stacks or folders. It depends if you're using a different DAW. I have my drums here, some tracks, because I don't use a lot of drums. I tend to use 4 or 5 at most. So I have my bass stack, 2 basses. Sometimes you can do a bass and a sub. It really just depends. Then I have my music stack for this. It has these tracks, and I have my vocals. Sometimes I record my own vocals on my tracks. Um, totally optional. But every time I open this template, it's already mapped out. It has some EQ already going on, some sidechain from the bass and kick, and all of this is stock plugins. So in the future, I'm gonna refine it and do a tutorial on YouTube on how to create your own, or also how I did this one, and I'm gonna put it on my website as a download. So this is with stock plugins. This means that it comes with what Logic comes with. So yeah. First things first, we're gonna bring our drums. Oops. There you go. And I'm gonna hopefully my is there a rainbow? Okay, there you go. I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna split the screen on this too. So I can oof, wrong window. Let's see. There you go. Now oops, I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to move it to the side, but it's not letting. I'm not doing it. Oh, there you go. G. Left. All right, there you go. So, in case you didn't know, this is for me was a revelation long ago. I did not know how to bring my sounds quick from Native Instruments Maschine. We're using Maschine 3 into my DAW. So you see these 2 icons right here. This is it. The first one depends what you have highlighted here or selected. It will bring the MIDI, and the second one will bring the audio. So what you want to do here is click on sound if you're just bringing one sound at a time. In this case, let's go with the drums. And we're gonna do, since I do have some effects here, I'm gonna bring a group, but I'm gonna mute the sound. So I'm gonna bring the kick. So what you do is you can click and hold, and it exports the audio as you saw here. And then I'm gonna bring it to my, well, I'm gonna press escape because I don't have my drums expanded. There you go. So let's do this again. So again, is this icon for the audio. We're gonna click and hold. It's exporting the pattern. And we're gonna bring the audio here. But I think I let go of the mouse, so let's do the kick again. There you go. So now I bring the kick and convert file. Keep track format. Okay, so here's the kick. It should be the kick. So let's solo this. You see, is the isolated track. So for me, that works wonders already. So now I'm gonna mute this and bring the snare. So click and hold, drag, and snare. Okay. And the same for mute this, Same for our close hat. There's faster ways to do it, as you know, but you can just export everything on bulk. But wanted to show you that. Um, Now we have our drums here. We're gonna compress this. We're gonna bring our bass now, which is this one. And instead of group, we're gonna click on sound. So it brings everything from this particular sound. So I hope that it just brings the bass. So let's see. We're bringing our sub. We're gonna solo it. No, it did bring everything. So I'm gonna delete this. And I forgot. So if you have this option, the pad going, and you click the export audio, it's gonna bring everything. But if you want to isolate the instrument, you just click on the piano roll, and then if you click here and hold, and you bring it, it's just gonna bring that sound. Just a quick tip. Hopefully that's helpful for you. So now instead of bringing everything, it just brings this. Excuse me. So now let's bring the piano. So let's bring the piano. And we're gonna start with the arrangement soon. Oops, I let go too soon. That's the only thing I dislike about this method, that if you misclick or let it go, it won't translate well at all sometimes. So let's bring. Oof. All right, one more time. For the next stream, I'm probably gonna just bring everything in one shot. It's not letting me. Let's see. Guitar chords. There you go. I think something happens when I'm dragging from window to window. So now we're almost there. We have the guitar, the piano, the bass already. We're just gonna bring the flute and we're gonna start arranging. All right. So let's put this on lead. Cool. So I'm gonna minimize this and we're gonna focus on Logic. So we stopped producing our ideas on Maschine. And now we're gonna arrange. We can arrange also in Maschine, but I feel I'm more comfortable in Logic. So I'm gonna just move the tracks here. So again, if you're interested in this template, let me know. I mean, I don't mind uploading it on my website. So now for the snap, we're gonna do absolute value. The reason is you wanna be actually on the line instead of in between. And now I forgot to change 78. So that's our tempo. So let's do our tempo, 78. Now, good. So now we're gonna, in essence, copy paste the whole thing. And then we're gonna work on our arrangement. So Command C, and I'm using the comma to go back. So I'm gonna paste here. I'm just gonna do this for now. And we'll take it from there. So let's save this. And I think, what was the name of the project? We named it Unavoidable. That was the name. So Unavoidable. 78 BPM. And this one, I believe, was on D minor. All right, cool. So that's our project right there. So now let's start arranging. Oh, hey, a single contact library can multiple users use? Do you mean, thank you for your question. If I understood your question correctly, if you have a license of contact, for instance, I have my contact license, right? Or my that lives on my Native Instruments. You can install it on all your computers so far. I don't know if there's a limit. I will have to check that. However, I have it installed on my Mac, on my laptop, and on my Windows PC, and I haven't had a problem. So, to answer your question, you can have multiple users for that same library as long as you log in with your account. I don't see a problem with that. So, thank you for your question. Hopefully, that's the answer you were looking for. If not, let me know. Um, so, let's see. So, I'm gonna answer here, hopefully. All right, cool. So, that's that. Again, I hope that I answer your question. I'm not sure at the same time, but that's something that you must try at least. But for sure, you can do multiple installs on different devices. Um, as long as you have access to your account, I don't see a problem. Okay, so now let's keep watching. Let's take a little coffee break. So, sorry, I don't know when did you ask that question. Hopefully, you're still here. But if not, feel free to reach out on my email or my Instagram, and I'll do my best to answer. Um, so yeah, cool. Alrighty. So now let's do an arrangement. So for the intro, I for sure don't want bass. Maybe let's see. Let's isolate the bass or solo the bass in this case. I might want it on the intro, but not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Here I listen to everything holistically, all the sounds basically, and see what to take out or what to keep. Hmm. Let's see. I like this. Let's see if I reverse it. Um, makes it sound different. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kind of got an idea now. I probably don't want to reverse that one, and maybe not this one. So here my thought process is that I want a smooth intro, not like so choppy, at least with the guitar. So I'm gonna save the piano melody for the hook, and I'm holding shift here to select these ones individually and then control M to mute them. And now I for sure don't want drums here, so I'm gonna mute them. And here I should be able to hear them. Let's see. I do want my drums to start before, so I'm gonna bring this here. And also the kick and snare, but I'm gonna fade them in. So I might even do a filter like with resonance, like an automation. We'll see. Okay, we're doing the arrangement. We haven't started the mixing just yet. I should have started with the mixing, but you know, sometimes it happens. I feel that I shouldn't have the fluid going that long, so I'm actually gonna mute it here too. So an arrangement is up to taste. You know, this is where a beat gets made or break apart. So we're just starting here. Okay, so we have that. It's we're gonna go to the hook and we're gonna start mixing because the arrangement can be done at a later stage. I do want to take care of mixing for now because you know I'm going to get distracted on the details of the arrangement. So in this custom template that I have, it's all using default, you know, stock Logic Pro plugins. So we're gonna start with the drums. I'm gonna solo them. And I'm gonna mute the New York compression that I have here. All this process is going from this bus to this. So we'll blend the signal later. So I'm gonna turn it off. So I'm just looking at my levels right now. The overall is good, but I want my kick to be a little bit less. And my snare too. I'm bringing them down because I'm gonna crank them in a second. I'm gonna crank them later, so I wanna peak around 10 or 12. 14 at the lowest, in my opinion. At least one of my tastes. And it's not even an opinion, it's just how it sounds good for me. Okay, I'm gonna decrease a few dBs on the close hats. And also, before I keep going, I'm gonna open my gain on my master bus or my stereo out. I'm gonna turn it on. And when I'm using headphones, I mix in mono, so I'll leave it like that. So it will sound different than the final product, but this assures me that I'm not having phasing issues when mixing. So we're going to stick with mono. It's gonna sound a little bit monotone at times, so bear with me. It's gonna be good at the end. So let's keep mixing here. I'm gonna bring the hi-hats lower. And then I have a direction mixer with the close hi-hats. I have it about 30. I'm gonna make it 40. So I'm gonna add like about 9. Let's do, I don't want to pan it too hard. So let's do that for now. Now gentle pan. So now I'm looking at the levels for now holistically, just all the drums. We're gonna add more stuff as we keep at it. For this, I'm gonna move it further. I'm gonna increase the cut here. Okay. I'm gonna open my compressor. Sorry, I'm getting congested, so that's about there. Ratio 4:1, and I'm now using makeup gain. Actually, I'm gonna decrease that. Wait, no, I need to increase it. About 3, maybe 4. I want unity gain here, or as close as possible. So it's 5, 6. So I'm gonna push it 1 more dB. That's all right. Cool. Now that we have that, I'm gonna increase the volume here. Around, I want to hit 12 or 10. There you go. Okay. So now for this, let's make a gentle, not much right now. Okay. Also, a little tip here when using an EQ from Logic is that sometimes you see that you don't have a lot going on here, but if you increase here, this is like a wheel. If you increase here, you can see that there's actually things going on the hi-hat in the low end. So we're gonna cut that to about there, keep some of the mids, because normally we have it, I think, until here, and you see there's not much going on, but there's information there, there's audio going on. So again, you click here in these numbers and boost it. It's not boosting the signal, it's just you're going deeper in the frequencies, if you will. So just a little tip there, in case you didn't know. Now you do. Alright, so we have that. Now let's bring the bass. We're gonna add dino effects and all of that in a second. So for my bass, I wanna hit around 12 or 10. Alright, so that's good. It is already pre-mapped for my kick as a sidechain compression, so I'm not gonna touch beyond that. have my 10 milliseconds of release and 120. I'm gonna do automatic release. And let's see if the overdrive makes sense here. Not really. So I'm gonna turn it off. I do have a second way to, which is here, an exciter. We're gonna excite the signal for the bass in just a moment. And let's do that. So the way you do it is you select the frequencies you wanna excite here, like a range or where it does it start. And first it's gonna sound super intense, but we're gonna fix that in a sec. First, let's open the bass track and see the fundamental notes about 75 or so. So let's do that here. I don't know if you can already tell that it sounds way more rich. So I'm gonna decrease this. And the reason I'm adding harmonics or an exciter, it's because it's gonna cut on the little speakers on a phone basically, or little headsets or earbuds. If you're listening on headsets like this ones or speakers, you hear it might be too cluttered, and certainly is, but that's the goal here. You're gonna add more harmonics to this so it cuts to the mix over there in small speakers. Okay. So now I'm gonna bring this. Alright, so speaking about 12, so it's not bad. Alright. We have our bass, now let's bring our music. So for our music, I like to pick no more than 6 dB because the vocals are gonna be on top. So I try to 6 is my max for me, my taste. So we're over that. I can see already here. So we're just doing our gain staging here, making sure it sounds more or less balanced. A little bit more than 18. This one I'm gonna decrease it slightly because it is high pitch. So maybe around here. I'm gonna pan it slightly to the right. And this one slightly to the left. And keep the keys up where they are. So if you see here now that we have our drums, or at least our drum here around 10, and our music around 10, when both added together, and our bass also around 9 or 10, it's about 6 dB, which is enough headroom for a master. So that's good. We're still in the safe zone. So we have our gain staging more or less done. I'm gonna EQ this. I got so congested somehow. Okay, so now we're going to bring the New York compression on our drums. So let's do a before and after. So right now it's not picking up signal because I have it turned off here. So I'm gonna bring it on. So what is that? It's basically a parallel compression, which means in my knowledge that is one sound and the same sound that is different texture running at the same time. Maybe at a lesser volume, maybe around the same, but it makes it sound better. Well, I think that's too some oversimplifying it, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So in this bus, I have a compressor, which is not running too much. So I'm gonna make sure it's compressing hard because we're gonna blend the signal. Also have a channel EQ, just removing of the highs a little bit, and we have a distortion here, which I might change. I'm gonna change for Dirt, which is a plugin by Native Instruments. I have my go-to patch. It's gonna be preset. It's gonna be Shabby Drum Set. It's my favorite by far. And I know I'm clipping for now, but trust me, it will be better in a sec. So I'm gonna do this. And then for this, okay. I have a limiter, apply. Okay, so that's that. Cool. And then I have a transient. So I'm gonna add more attack. All right. And now we're gonna bring this down around 18 or so. Let's see. Let's bring this a little bit higher. Shouldn't clip. Okay. Alrighty. So now I'm going to do -6. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna add some reverb on the drums. music, I'm gonna turn off this for the vocals because we're not doing vocals. So just to save, if any, some resources, which I think we're doing pretty good. Then stretch break, posture check, and let's keep going. Okay, so now we're gonna add some effects here. Some overdrive to our bass. Now for our drum, bass. We're gonna add texture to it. Let's see if we add an exciter, make it sound different. Just want a little bit of noise. Let's do that. You might be overdoing it because we're already having distortion going through it. But we'll see. We'll see. So now, dirty drum. Some noise here. Okay. Oof. Mixing it's an art form. It's also I'm gonna bring my drums slightly low by 2 dB. add some texture to the overall mix. Well, first let's add some reverbs. Let's do a play reverb. Clipping, that's fine. We're gonna fix it in a second. Okay, we have this going on, so let me add make sure that my drum bass is I paste the music. I'm gonna decrease my music 3 dB or so. Okay, we're almost there. So now we've been listening to the mix in mono. So now let's bring it to stereo and see how it sounds. So it definitely sounds way more open. Now we need to keep adjusting our levels because we're coming in hot. So let's do that. Start from here. Let's do this for New York compression. Let's reduce it by a few decibels. So we have that. Let's check our correlation levels. Beautiful. So now let's set our F6. Let's do this preset, subtle openness, and I'm gonna decrease the range. Bringing between the compressor and the, we're gonna bring tape. Let's do Abbey Road, the J37. Excuse me. And we're just do also let's bring the vinyl. And let's do mix crit. So let's see where we at, like a little sanity check. So this is where we started. Well, not where we started, but before all of this. So now it's colored, it has that vintage vinyl sound. So now let's go back to Maschine, and I'm gonna close it for now because we're about the last stretch of the stream, just to save on resources, in hopes that my computer doesn't crash. And now let's bring the L4 Ultra Maximizer. By Waves. I think it's new. Haven't seen it at least. I'm very happy with it. Simple, quick limiter. Now let's do it's about right when I hit 8 LUFS. Alright, so now let's continue with the arrangement. Thank you so much for watching, if you're watching me live. Let's this. Actually, I'm gonna mute the guitar here and bring the piano. It sounds better for the word verse. Maybe this. This. Let's reverse that so it starts. that's the beat. That's the arrangement. That's the mixing. That's the template. That's the mastering. It's going to be uploaded soon on my beat store. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight. We'll see about that. I'll have to create the artwork for it and a blog post about it. And yeah, you will see the final piece on my beat store soon. We are in a good note to end the stream. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for your questions and participating. Until the next one, take care. Bye for now. Stay inspired, friends.